Hey, Dr. John here with LifeSpa Ayurveda. Today I want to talk about your pet, your pet's health, your pet's Ayurvedic body type, and the Ayurvedic herbs that you can use for your pet safely, what those are, and how you can use them. I wrote a full article about this on my website at lifespa.com with all the science. As usual, if you're watching this on my website, please subscribe to our newsletter. And on your way out, please check out our Ayurvedic store with all the Ayurvedic herbs, including for your pet, at the LifeSpa store as well. If you're watching this on YouTube or any of the social platforms, please subscribe, like, and follow us to get this information on a regular basis. So, okay, here we go. Dig in. Your pet has a body type. They have doshas, just like plants have doshas. Everything has these vata, pitta, kapha governing principles, right? Vata is the air, and it governs movement and the nervous system and somewhat of the behavior, restlessness of your pet. Pitta has to do with, fire, and has to do with digestion and metabolism and detoxification. Kapha has to do with earth. It's very heavy, and it has to do with immunity and structure and mobility and the structural strength of your pet. So Vata, pets tend to be on the smaller frame size, and they tend to be very happy and, very, in a way, hyper metabolic, and their mood can be very, spontaneous. And they have a keen sense of awareness. When you think about the Vata body types who have heightened radar, they feel everything. Pets that have a lot of Vata, they can feel and sense everything. And if they feel overly stressed or get overly stressed and they become fearful, they can become overly protective because that's sort of their job, right? So be aware that that Vata can be in your pet's type, but it can also be what happens to any pet if they become stressed out. They can become aggravated in Vata, become fearful, and become overprotective as a result of that. So that's kind of interesting. Pitta pets generally become more muscular, medium frame size. They're very athletic in nature. They move very athletically. They're very driven, focused kind of pets. They're oftentimes bred as as herders or guard dogs because they've got that competitive focus. They can tend towards inflammation. Because Pitta is hot and it can cause issues with their skin, their coat, and make them short-tempered, things like that. While the Kapha body types are generally, or your Kapha pets are generally bigger framed, easier going, calm. They can lie by your side all day long and be completely content, not exercise at all. But they need the exercise. They need to get out and do it because they're hypo-metabolic. The Vata dogs are hyper-metabolic. So you have to look at, it's not just metabolic, it's behavior as well. They can be hyperactive behaviorally or hypoactive behaviorally. So you have to be aware of your pet. And they can become lethargic and become kind of congested and stagnant, so they don't move the waste out of their body effectively because they're not getting the exercise that they desperately need. You can take our Ayurvedic body type questionnaire on our site at lifespa.com, and you can do it for your pet. It's really fun, and you can kind of play with that. So some of the herbs that are really important, all of these are safe herbs, well used by veterinarians for dogs and pets and cats, and smaller pets as well. And I give you the dosages in the article associated with this video. So I'll just talk about the actual herbs themselves. Ashwagandha, classic herb for Vata and Kapha, a little bit heating for Pitta body types. It's great for stress. It's adaptogenic. It's really good for immunity. It's good for mood, endurance. So it's a really great all-around herb. Great herb from the winter because it is a little bit on the warming side. So, even a Pitta dog could have a little bit of this herb because in the wintertime, because we all want to be a little bit warmed up during the winter months. Turmeric is a tridoshic herb, also safe for pets. It can be a little bit heating in the summer for the Pitta body type or the Pitta pet type, so be aware of that. One of the ways turmeric works is called vulnerary, which means it heals tissue. It's anti-inflammatory, as you probably already know, but it also heals the lining of your intestinal tract and tissues in the body. Really good for joints, for inflammation. It blocks what's called the 5-lipo-oxygenase inflammation pathway, so it's a great protector for your joints and the potential inflammation of the joints of your pet. So that's something really important as well. Amalaki, another herb that is tridosha, good for all pet types. It is a rich vitamin C source. That vitamin C acts as an antioxidant, but it also acts as a protector of the fats in the body. And the fats line every cell. They protect the lining of the intestinal tract. The skin is a phospholipid layer. So it's really important to be able to not let the fats in the body go rancid, and the vitamin C naturally protects the fats from going rancid. So it's really good for this connective tissue of the body for your pets. Another herb that does similar things is called boswellia, the number one go-to herb for your pet, for an animal and people as well, for joint health. It's the number one blocker of the 5-lipoxygenase inflammation pathway. Works phenomenally well for protecting the joints and for pets. Really, really good for that. But it does so much more, because that anti-inflammatory herb actually protects the lining of the gut from getting inflamed as well. And when your gut is healthy, everything's healthy. So boswellia is a really amazing herb, because most of the anti-inflammatories for your joints are actually very harsh on your intestinal lining, and they cause inflammation in the gut. But boswellia actually supports the health of both of those tissues, which is super rare and really important as well. Bacopa is an herb that's really good for the Pitta Kapha pet types. It's okay for Vata, but best for Pitta Kapha. It's a brain mood tonic. It's what's called a brain-derived neurotrophic factor, so it builds brain cells for both you and your pet. It's been shown to perform as well as Prozac in some studies, so it's really good for mood stability. So if your dog needs Prozac, it isn't Prozac. It works as a brain-derived neurotropic factor. It actually replenishes brain cells and therefore supports mood health that way. Really amazing herb for mood. Neem is also a Pitta Kapha herb for the Pitta Kapha pet types. It's very cooling. It's really good in the summertime for anyone, but can be a little bit cold in the winter months as well. It breaks up biofilm in the intestinal tract. It supports healthy skin on the inside, and the outside helps support the coat for your pet, which is really important, and the inner skin to create an environment for the good bugs, the good microbes to proliferate. So that will provide better immunity, gut immunity, which is bidirectionally related to respiratory immunity. So it really supports the immune health of your pet. And ginger, the universal spice, good for all body types. It's a natural bioenhancer. You put it with a little bit of food. It's only going to help that food be absorbed and delivered and assimilated better. It's a natural anti-inflammatory, and it supports gut immunity because it helps protect the lining of the intestinal tract. And then finally, Triphala is 3 Ayurvedic fruits, Amalaki, Bibitaki, and Haritaki. When you put all 3 of those fruits together, you get immunomodulation. You get liver protection against toxins and impurities that get into the liver that could actually hurt the liver and the liver function. They're also natural precursors to collagen for elasticity for both the joints and the skin and the coat. Really great herbs. Anyway, lots of more research on the website, on the article about pets. Check it out at LifeSpa.com. Thank you for listening, and wish you all good health for you and your pet. And don't forget to take the body type questionnaire for you and your pet. It's a lot of fun. Take care. I'm Dr. John Douillard. Do you like this video? Don't forget to subscribe and share.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at LifeSpa.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.